Hello everyone and good afternoon. We are going to test some things that we ran out of time to test yesterday. But also we will have some very nice competition here with some fast drivers, including Mr. Baldwin himself. So that's gonna be fun. Mr. Lambo, yeah, well, I saw that the Lambo has been given some real-life data. I mean, I would think that Lambo has been given real-life data before already, but it has been given some additional real-life data. And I've done 1 or 2 laps with it on fixed setup, and it feels really nice. So let's see how this turns out. So we have exactly 40 seconds to maybe practice pit exit and Eau Rouge. Again, I don't know how to fix this, like some logos are showing up and I think the Ferrari is missing. And the Porsche, like some logos are just missing. In RF2 it worked, but this is the Tiny Pedal plugin and, well, overlay. And I need to do some stuff to fix it. And I need new gloves, it looks like. Well, that was it for the practice. I did this race yesterday with the Alpine. And I was doing, what was it? 02, 0. I think my PB was 1.7. And I did some low 2s. Let's see, the flashing again, the spa flashing. Luckily it updates eventually and stops flashing. So this is the default setup and I think it's a bit understeery, so let's say +3 rear ARB. We are racing again. We also have Sander Kalash and Barclay, 2 quite fast drivers. I think Sander was racing yesterday with the Porsche and he was driving into the distance with, I think, Christian Michel or Michel or whatever that is pronounced. I couldn't catch them with Alpine, so let's see how fast Lambo can go compared to that. And after that, I want to check the LMP2. There has been some updates on that car as well, I think. Hi Luca, hi Florian, hi Mario. The temperatures are, well, summer. It would be so nice if there was like a program to make weather always real life. Although then I suppose in the winters it would be difficult to have any racing. Yeah, Dennis, I don't know. I have not checked Motec really, but this default setup feels remarkably good. Hi Colin. Yeah, the Lambo, like it really feels nice. In any speed corner, like low speed is fine, The front doesn't die in turn 1. Pujon is good. Rouge is easy. Maybe not slightly bumpy, but it's alright. The Lambo was made great again. A little bit of understeer there. So yeah, maybe the front is a bit of understeer here as well. Not anything close to Alpine levels, but maybe the front is just a little bit in the clouds. So the front springs could be maybe softened slightly. But oh well, it's made to be stable and approachable. The whole setup is not meant to be esports with perfect grip. Hello Alex. Purple sector 2, that's nice. Ah, and the purple is gone. Alex, I have not tried co-op yet, so it's gonna be first time on stream. What can go wrong? That is gonna be 204. The front doesn't die like on some cars, like on some other cars. If you take the curb on the inside in turn 1, it just goes straight. With this car, you can use the curb. Kalash with 0.2 with the Porsche. I can beat that. Yeah, so for the co-op I thought of doing the spa 3 hours. Well, we have registered with Michi. Understeer. And we will try with the Lambo, yes. No. LMDH. Uh-oh. Well, that's not gonna be pole. The lockups. I was losing the rear a little bit before when I did, well, 2 laps or 3 laps. So Baldwin goes on pole. Now, yeah, now it's locking up the rear. But okay, brain recalibrated. And P3 is alright. I think James is with Ferrari. Load cars. Does that button work? Ah, yes. Ah, with Toyota. James is Toyota. Kalash is Porsche. I'm Lambo. Oh, what was the fuel? Was it 40 or was it 50? 25 times 60 divided by 120. Yeah, 13 laps it was. Fuel usage 4.4. Yeah, 57, 60 liters almost. Where did they have 40? Ah, we had 57, 58 with the Alpine. I take 60 just in case. And I'm gonna do mediums. Keep everything else stock. Yeah, this is way too hot conditions for softs. Softs are meant to be like normal spa weather, kind of a little bit damp and very cold and very miserable, and then you put on softs and go fast. But this is like normal conditions now, 36 track temp. So yeah, this is mediums for sure. High explained, no, I'm not changing TC before every corner. I'm far away from doing that. I think I still need to learn a lot about how TC works here. And just put it to some values that are kind of normally working, and early out of corners I still have to modulate the throttle a little bit, but late out of corner it's very restrictive, so... But it's like, it's working well, it's not costing lap time or anything. So we take 1, 2, 3, maybe one less front. I will put this to like this 857 TC. Not sure what to do about the bias. It's locking the fronts in those long trail braking zones which have a curve. And it's locking up the rears into hairpins. Alright, well, yeah, this is working a lot. Maybe I'm depending too much on it, but I don't know. I tried it like full throttle first gear out of Monza first chicane, and I didn't lose any time with max TC, so I thought, oh well, doesn't matter. Slow down. James is kind of going a bit too fast. Yeah. We are racing! Oh no. I didn't plan that. Omar is lifting out of it, nice. But P1, P2 are going flat out on cold tires. James got the lead and I got the slipstream. I see top 5 are on mediums. The Toyota is mighty in the midfield here in the corners, but let's see how much it suffers in sector 3 and sector 1. Didn't really want to attack yet. Cannot let Baldwin drive off into the distance. Well, in hindsight I should have battled Kalash. Hello, Giacomo. LMDH moment for Kalash. Luckily I had that lock-up in quali, so I don't have to lock up in the race. I got scared by that rejoining car. That's unfortunate. Porsche has nice acceleration. Ooh, oof. Oof, well, that's one way to wake up a little bit. I think that was a certified Lambo moment. New data, new real life data, right? I mean, it was a bit nervous over curbs before as well, before the update. Kalash is not going too quick now. Yesterday he was doing low once, like Baldwin is doing currently. But well, we're gonna go faster this lap. .9. So we are 1 second faster than yesterday with the Alpine. Despite the big deadly wobble. Funnily enough, I didn't even lose 2 tenths with that near-death experience. Particular game, Vanval is 2 seconds of pace. Well, I mean, the cars were made using real-life data as much as it was available. And then a good simulation like this produces kind of decent BOP straight out of the box. So then it's impossible to BOP a car to go 2 seconds faster. That Toyota is mighty still, despite all the straights. Yeah, up to 3 seconds, yeah, for sure. It's slower on straights, it's slower in the corners. It's absolutely helpless. I mean, Glickenhaus is not much better either. I mean, in theory, lack of hybrid system makes your car lighter. It was just the aerodynamics not really working as well as with other much bigger teams. Keep in mind that Van Val or Bike-Ola's is just kind of like a small factory. Although it's quite an important small factory for me because there is a LMVS trophy stored in it with my name on it, so that Porsche puts the power down like crazy, but it struggles in the braking zones. I don't know where to attack at all. I guess I need to stay very close before Blanchimont. Like this is a good option, I think, now. Well, still a little bit far, but let's see. Not on purpose. He moved at the start of the braking zone. I kind of would have to give the position back now, but I don't know what to do. Like, was that a fair move? Like in F1 standards? That's perfectly legal, and people do it all the time. So, but I feel bad. I wanted to outbrake him on the left side, but then he kind of braked diagonally. So, if I braked like on the outside, like I intended to, I would go straight into his rear. So I had to abandon the braking zone, go for the apex. And then I thought he would switch back, but he stayed on the left. Ah, that was messy. And I have a bit of damage now. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, I really expected Sander to defend the inside. And he kind of... he moved diagonally in the braking zone. That's no way around of that, so... he went straight there and I switched back and crashed him off, then I would have to let him go, but I kind of... it was dubious circumstances, so I keep P2. The game did not give me illegal overtake out of track limits anyway, so... and I have steering damage, so he will maybe catch me. But the James with the Toyota has checked out. Yes, street justice, exactly. That's really a good... that's a good phrase. As long as it actually stays just. This Raidilone King is now even more tricky as I have a bit of steering damage and car wobbles, and then I don't know what to do with the corrections. The Delta is happy still. Which is weird, considering the amount of extra tow that I have on either front left or rear left. Daniela, I watched 10 minutes of James' stream. He almost registered for a race, but he said he doesn't want to lose the rating. Which is fair enough. I mean, I just received gold 2DR yesterday and I don't really want to lose it. Well, that was a 10th quicker than Baldwin on the last lap. Unfortunately, only 3 or 4 laps to go. Or maybe 5. Well, Hani... part of that is due to Lambo being aggressive over curbs. Part of explanation is my driving style, and part of it is, well, 19 Newton meters of FFB with basically no damping and friction. Hello Marvin. Well, Hani, SimiCube 2 Pro is 25 Newton meters, but I decrease it to 19, which is 75%. But I mean, in-game I use 50% multiplier. So I don't really reach 90 Newton meters on corner per corner basis. Well, Marvin, what can I say? Enjoying a slightly broken Lambo, which is still remarkably fast. I can just feel the rear kind of wanting to go into one direction through the compression, but the grip is just about enough. If I dive bombed Kalash in lap 1 into the last chicane, I would be, well, if I made the move, I would probably be able to stick with Baldwin. Although it would be weird because he would pull a half a second gap in sector 2. And then I would kind of close in on the straights and then he would pull away again. But that's fixed setup, yes. But I have to say I'm really enjoying this Lambo with the new real-life data put on it. But we are basically matching exact lap times of Baldwin's Toyota. Well, perhaps Daniela. I had one stutter, the updated stutter. The damage actually helps with this Stavelo exit because on the default setup, or like with no damage, RIP Porsche, with no damage it's actually quite understeery, but with some broken suspension it rotates better. I really don't know what Kalash was doing in first laps. Yesterday he was a lot faster. Like yesterday he was doing basically the lap times that we are doing now with the Baldwin. But today he's a bit off. I think Lecomte entry curb is a bit less tricky with the track limits now. After the update I think I can use it a lot. almost had a deadly lockup, but I've locked up so many times in LMU till now that I already learned how to lift the brake pedal to avoid the deadly understeer. One more lap. Oh, thank you for the sub, Dmitry. Barriers were complaining a little bit. The lap times were still faster and faster despite the damage, so the tire wear is not extreme. So we closed the race with a very nice 1.002 with the purple sector free. Well, this Lambo is competitive now. But good win, James. And we jump into the next one. Actually, before we jump into the next one, let's quickly check that overtake. Was it here? No. Must have been here. Nah, it always looks different from outside. Like here I thought, well, there's two car widths on the left side, so he's defending the inside and I'm gonna go there. And then I go there and he's suddenly diagonal to the left, so I'm like, uh-oh. Just straighten the car and try to make the corner. Bonk. No, that's not a great move, but I didn't even want to make a move on the inside again. But I made it, so... Alright. Verstappen would be proud of me. Sorry, Sander. My bad. Happens. Yeah, I mean... yeah, my bad for sure. Well, my gain in the end. I'm gonna lose maybe a little bit of SR and I'll make Sander angry. And maybe I'll make part of my chat angry. Well, I guess I quickly register for the next one. I'm gonna take the LMP2 today. I drove the Porsche yesterday, but I want to check the updates on the LMP2. I don't yeah, I don't have yours. Well, that's right. Results are ready. Well, if that was the only contact, I'm not even gonna lose. I gained the most safety rating. I'm the safest driver in this grid, you know, guys. Cannot blame me for anything. Triple up arrows. I mean, I know that if this was organized competition, it would be probably a penalty for me. But happens. How much did I actually gain on the DR? Probably not much. Plus 1.5. Alright. This safety rank is way too easy to gain. That there needs to be some changes. Like you can crash and like you can contact with 5 cars and it's still gonna go plus because you have some clean laps. I think the clean lap counts way too much. Why does only Nico have a car thumbnail on their... That's a great question. Print screen or like screenshot. Actually, I should be in this scene to make it more visible. Screenshot and I'm just gonna save it in Paint and I'm gonna send it later for a double check with quality assurance. I should push this button as well while we are waiting. This Lambo, it's really good. Like yesterday I drove the Isota and the Alpine and well, I'm kind of disappointed with the Alpine a bit. It feels a bit dead. It's slow. It probably needs to be further updated. Isota is alright. It's a bit of pace. It's easy. No, it's not easy. It's difficult to drive, but it's not slow. But this Lambo, so nice. We join the next one. I guess James is stopping his streaming, or maybe he's doing some beginner race. But anyway, we will enjoy some Kota action. Yeah, Joao, I know, but I think I set the Windows Shift S function to actual print screen button. Like, I mean, it does exactly the same thing. So I think I did that in some Windows settings some time ago. I have Windows 11. What about the BMW? Good question. I will check it later again. I just wanted to savor the release party moments of the new content, and then next week maybe I'm back to the BMW. Good morning, David. So co-op. How to pronounce that? I was trying to figure out yesterday. Is it co-op or co-op or co-op or co-op? Whatever it's pronounced, it's I mean, you need to have internet connection, obviously. Then you drive offline. You drive against AI. You can set the difficulty of the AI. COA op copy. Co-op. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I think I said different thing 3 times. Cooperation. cooperation. I don't know. English was my most hated subject in elementary school. But then I needed to learn it because otherwise I couldn't play Pokemon cards. Oh, this is open setup. Supposedly the open setups have been updated. Hope it will drive fine. 67%, that's a bit low, I think. 75. I will finish my talking on... I will continue talking about co-op soon. Just reduce the fuel. Do the scenes and move the camera position. Isn't there an equivalent in Slovenian? What do you mean? Equivalent of what? Of co-op? So yeah, this is... I'm just taking stock setup, like the default setup, and see how it feels. What's coop? I don't know what's coop. But basically this... So, let's say it's co-op. Oh no. Co-op. Co-op. Yeah, you register with a friend, like you register, you send an invite to a Steam friend. I will do it after this, I think. I wanted to do like 2 or 3 online races and then the co-op. So my friend and old teammate Michi has sent me invite in LMU. I clicked accept, and all that I need to do now is just click qualify. And then I will qualify. I will do 2 stints or 3 stints by 6 gears. Alright. And after that, I start the race, I do my stints, I box, and instead of the pit stop starting, it opens some kind of interface. Wait, I need to do something before I qualify. Settings, controls, calibrate 380, because I normally use 380 range with this car for my preferred speed steering input. Alpine's FFB is kind of dead. I mean, it's good until you try to turn into a medium or high speed corner, or well, of course, low speed corner as well. It's just like a sponge, so something is not fully correct there. And game, well, I hope there is no crashing. So the point of co-op is that you drive offline with AI in difficulty of your preference, then you pit, you set your co-driver to take over the car, and you click escape and you're done. And then maybe 2 days ago your friend has time to race, he loads the game, goes into co-op menu and clicks continue or something like that, and he will well, appear in the garage, changing tires, fueling up. I have no pace here. And then he finishes the race with, can be a difficult AI, a different AI difficulty. So you can have like a fast driver with, I don't know, 102% AI strength, and then less experienced driver with 75 AI strength. They finish the race, and in the end they get a score, and that score goes onto online leaderboard, so you can compare it to others. And the score is based on cleanness, like clean overtakes, clean laps, pace, of course, and the difficulty of the AI, and so on. So I think it's kind of an interesting design. You cannot really call it different. I mean, it's not really driver swap in that regard. It's just like offline racing with a friend, which results in online score to compare against others. There is many people solely driving offline, so I mean, I will try it. I'm not saying I will do it a lot. That's probably first gear corner. But then, like in for F1 esports, the qualifying is kind of similar, right? Offline versus AI, without swapping with your teammate anyway. But it's not like the racing against AI is not something that never happens. So basically now I have Porsche GTE and Isotta Fraschini hypercar brake markers and muscle memory in my brain, and now I'm trying to drive a hypercar and my brain is getting absolutely destroyed. Oh, that was a good braking point. I think this is second gear. Yeah. So how much off are we? Half a second. Alright. With purple S3. We can do something with that in the race. How long is the race though? In 5? Divided 60 divided by 116. It's like 14 laps of fuel, and I again forgot to check the fuel usage. It was 2.74. 2.8. 40 liters it is. Ah, the Kota pit siren bug or feature. Just happens at Kota and Bahrain. Oui. Živio Jure. Driver. Yeah, Zoltan. I mean, driver swap functionality, obviously it was working in R Factor too, but I think they really want to like completely do it freshly, like new code and everything. I mean, is co-op online or offline? Like it's kind of both of this. Like you register online, but you drive offline. Yeah, the calculator from from mid school or like from high school, and I think it's still on the first battery. I never changed the battery in it. Maybe I changed it once. Well, it made me survive whole physics studies at the uni, so legendary. I had to disassemble it once, and yeah, I think I was changing the battery, and then I kind of lost the front like plate, and then some buttons fall out, and then I messed up on this del button, like I inserted it wrong way around, and then I figured it out and couldn't bother to fix it again. So setup is alright. Yesterday, Michi got a drive-through and he started on the pole. So let's see if there is some. Well, this is awkward. Dun dun dun. What do I say now? Well, I guess I'll go straight into the co-op. This is the default user crash description. You costed me a win. Actually, did I say I'm on pole? I was not on pole. I was in P2. You costed me a win. Error report sent. What scene to even put it on? Well, whatever. I'll let the FFB bounce the steering wheel a little bit. Alright. Early access. Unlucky. Anyway, I guess there goes my DR after the race. This was my second crash out of a race session in... How many races did I do? In 132 races. Less than 1% chance of race ending game bug. I don't think it's that bad. So, my first co-op experience. We have myself, we have Michi. Michi said he will drive with 100% AI. I guess I tried it as well. It's bad because I'm streaming, but I mean, they have a log now. Dan, perfect moment for you to join. Michi said he tried 105% AI at Monza, and AI were absolutely destroying him. I don't know if it's better to like finish P10 with crazy strength of AI or finish first with slow AI. Let's put 103. And yeah, what is real life speeds? I don't know. Real life lap times? Yeah, done. I got P2 on, in the intermediate multiclass. I clicked drive. Timer went to 0. We started to accelerate from the grid, and my game accelerated to the desktop. Hi, Michi. Well, Victor, that's why I checked my stats. So 1% chance for me historically of the crash, or like less than 1% chance. So it's still alright. I don't hear the Eduardo. I have him turned off. I have some bad history with him. He gave us unreasonable and illogical penalties in LMVS. Almost as if they didn't want Van Val to win some races, so we kind of had some history there. Anyway. Michi, more than 3%. Well, you updated that number quite a lot yesterday. Then, yes, the bug splatter went on. I send it. So you guys get the trace. I don't know which bug is worse. The one that Michi had yesterday where the game crashed when the leader crossed the start-finish line to end the race. Because then yesterday, Michi, you at least were able to enjoy the race. And I couldn't enjoy the race because it instantly crashed. Copy done. Well, unlucky. Anyway, Michi, I promised you a setup for Lambo, but I don't have a setup for Lambo. Timer is ticking. Uh-oh. No, virtual energy max. Quickly, fuel ratio. Let's say I do 2 laps. I will reduce some stuff a little bit. And let's drive. So this is co-op. And it's gonna be some more Lambo at Spa. No, for sure, like for streaming purposes, this is probably not as fun as like a normal online race. But I was never gonna check co-op myself alone, so why not just stream it and figure it out on the stream, even if it could be more boring from actual like racing perspective. But it's interesting because it's new and it's, well, unprecedented in other games in this regard. Joao, like making food and then your cat jumps onto the table and starts licking it. Welcome back, Marvin. You missed a crash. Ooh, well, maybe I clicked. That's rear wing, okay. Actually, now I could reduce the rear ARB a little bit, because I reduced the rear wing. Then Lambo physics is very nice. It felt roughly 1 second quicker than the Alpine. And it felt same fast as the Porsche and the Toyota. But probably it's slightly too fast if we wanted a realistic BOP. It's times 2 fuel, right? Or even times 3? Out of fuel. Uh-oh. I relied on the the stuff in the overlay. I thought it was correct, but it's not, so I will put it here now. And that would be quite a nice lap. 59.6. That's gonna be difficult. It looks like even the AI like the new Lambo. Christos, well, I would need to click on the secondary monitor and open the app from the Windows calculator. I don't know, it feels better for me to take my abacus. Am I even going to have fuel for 2 laps now? Is it times 3 fuel? Fuel prediction 2.3 laps. Well, I wanted to do 2 more laps, so... Wait, one more thing I can do here. Oh yes, time acceleration. Let's go! Still gonna be marginal between 1 and 2 laps. Anyway. Now that's wide. Exit will be good. Perhaps streamer problems, yes. Sarah, hello, this is Lamborghini hypercar. I think the time acceleration does everything like it would normally. The issue is just that the game is so CPU intensive that it's not able to accelerate. Like back in RF1 and RF2 days, you clicked time accelerate, it actually accelerated it to like times 10. Here it goes maybe times 1.5, times 2 in best circumstances. Because my CPU doesn't have any overhead. Yeah, this lap has been slightly worse than previous one, but at least I have enough fuel. But one more. Lambo P3, P4, nice. Not sure if the railroad here is kind of strong, but the lap times are really good. I need to lift and coast a little bit because I'm lacking a liter. Will not be enough for pole, but that's alright. I think the grip is fading because of ×2 tire wear. Okay, so okay, that's how the AI finishes the quali session in the co-op mode. Thank you, Sarah. Well, I'm trying. I think Michi will just load his own setup, to be honest. But I'm not sure. It would make sense that the setup is same for both, right? So race is 3 hours. Do I need to calculate the strategy now? I guess I can pause it at any point anyway, right? So I click next session. And it went to the race. And I can click start driving whenever I want. Oh, that looks nice, the background with Le Mans style. So, we know it's ×2 fuel. Or actually, yeah, I think ×2, yes. And tires. Track temp 22, probably that's mediums. And about the fuel, escape to pause, yeah, okay. About the fuel, let me quickly double check. So I had on this run, so this is fuel level change, so 8.9, 8.7, yeah, I lifted a bit. 8.9, I think it's full push. I've not checked how much of the fuel ratio I need for this car, to be honest. What did I have? This is annoying. Some of these folders are duplicated. Lambo race. Compare. I'm gonna take this. Well, I'm comparing it to the old setup anyway, but the old physics don't really apply. Ah, compared setup. There you go. I'm gonna take mediums. I don't want to change the bias. Okay, so it's gonna be 99 divided by 8.9. So I get 11 laps per stint. 11 laps gets us 2 minutes. 22 minutes. And I need to do hour and a half. So I do 22 times 4 to get right to the midway. Yeah, 2 double stints. Well then, start driving. Let's see what I need to do here. Oh, the AI are warming up the tires. I think the AI is able to lift and do fuel saving according to like the colors that illuminate on the dash sometimes. I mean, my seat position is so far that you cannot see the lights, but otherwise I cannot see any track if I put the car too much backwards. I can skip formation. Should I skip formation? No, I don't want to skip formation. For the first time I need to see what exactly happens. And I think I'll do two... Yeah, I'll do just 2 double stints on mediums. I will not change the tires for the first time. I can increase the speed of this by Control X. But I kind of want to see the whole experience. Catch up. Well, I'm catching up. Where does it want me to go? This system for formation lap is a bit overkill, I think. It wants me to stay quite close to the car ahead. Although I suppose if it allowed for more stretching, then leader would be already in sector 3 when the last car would be still at the end of the camel straight in sector 1. Well, thank you, Marvin. Yeah, I hope this is kind of fun. I mean, the fun aspect of this is that it records the score. I don't know, like I have now 8,333 points from quali. I don't know how good that is. But let's see how the score increases during the race. But yeah, the fun is that overall score in the end goes onto the leaderboard, and you can then compare to other pairs. I don't know if weaving does anything to the tire temp, to be honest. Let's see. Oh. Ooh. Okay, well, how can I expect that? A speed limiter. A bit higher motor map for the start. Why are not... They are not doing pit limiter, they are going slightly slower. That's annoying. They are doing 58. So I guess from here onwards it's just like a normal start, like fast rolling style. Devin. Go straight to Devin and make him put 60 kph there. Did you see that the car ahead kind of did this? Either way, gonna be green soon. Here we go, the first co-op attempt. What a dive from my Lambo teammate. Oh, that was crazy good start from the AI. Overtaken minus 2000 points. Oh no. They're crashing themselves. Hey! way! The Alpine bumped me. Why do I get minus... I got minus 100 points for collision, but... The Alpine was dirty. Racing against AI is a bit of a different experience because they can react without any reaction time. But let's see their long run speed. I remember in the times of F1 Challenge, like 20 years ago, well, I played it like 15 years ago, there was like a line which made AI lose like 2% of speed, or like you could set how much they lose, but you could set what speed they lose between quali and race. Because, well, in qualifying, the performance is just better than in the race for the, well, real-life drivers. But AI can easily stay on the same pace. So I hope something like that is still implemented in LMU. So I get 1015 points for a completed lap. Position bonus, copy. So if I was leading, I would be gaining more points. I'm the only one on mediums. The AI are going soft. What's gonna bite them? Pandian, I tried the Alpine yesterday. It feels a bit broken, yes. About sounds, yeah, probably not the greatest sound. Ooh, not the greatest sounding car either. Bohem is trying to bohem me off track. If I can make a verb out of his surname. Bohemi, don't dive like in real life. They programmed him well. But luckily the AI is able to back out of a dive bomb every time. Well, not every time, but most of the time. Too much curbs. Conway with 0.0, that's so fast. But let's see how fast their softs drop off. I'm happy to see that I'm holding the same pace as P3. The Toyota is super fast in the corners. I'm just waiting for some dive bump. Actually, I will need to lift and coast a little bit. Yeah, I for sure want to do 9 more laps. Or whatever it is, like till lap 11. 8 more laps. And according to the tiny pedal overlay, I need to use 8.8 virtual energy per lap. But now I've been using more than 9. That's very little to save, so it'll be easy. Driver 2 can be a spectator, really? No, I think that's not possible. If that's a question, I don't really know, like this is my first time trying this. But I would... Ah, done, no, yeah, okay. I mean, it makes sense because this is not in a server, this is offline. Although probably sending this data through internet shouldn't be too difficult to implement. But probably this session happens offline, and then the log of the session gets transferred to the driver you're doing the co-op with. Top 2 are doing insane pace. Okay. Well, I practiced that in well, the race 1 hour ago, so I'm able to catch some scary slides. I really need to fix this overlay not showing some cars, the logos, I mean, the badges. I wonder how the tire deck is calculated for AI. Because in RF2 it was simplified, so there was no wear and thermal deck separately calculated, because that would be too much for the CPU to deal with. So it was just kind of one overall tire wear deck parameter. I'm too far. Yeah, I'll use the chance to fuel safe. I forgot, did I put 102% AI or 103? I think I went to 102. Oh, copy. No, the AI, they have degradation as well. And they will be forced to box at some point. And like change tires and so on. But it's funny how the grid spread is. P1, P2 are like 7 seconds ahead. Well, I have this Toyota behind me, but then behind the Toyota there is a bit of a gap still. It's deep. Bonk. Let's see. Minus 79 points for the collision. And I lost points for consistency. Do I have damage? Nope. But I think they are not dropping off enough. Almost feels like that the grip loss due to the wear is not really significant, but the grip loss due to the thermal deck is significant, and then softs just thermally destroy themselves, but mediums don't. But when you race against AI, they don't really have the thermal deck, they just have one overall, and it's kind of, I don't know, average between... Oof. Oi, what I'm doing? We have average between minus 1000 for overtake, not good. So like average between wear and deg, and that means that, well, they are dropping less than I do, because I'm basically dropping by the thermal deg. I think I have decreased the rear wing maybe a little bit too much, but well, I saved it. I think it's good elsewhere, just at Puchon it's unstable. Cadillac behind with a dive. Michi, if you're watching this, apologies for already costing ourselves like 5000 points. But oh well. I hope the gain from using more difficult AI is significant. And we're catching the traffic. So let's see how the hypercars, well, how the AI is taught to use the gaps in the hypercars to lap the GTs. Can I go for the gap? I cannot. Well, Boemi was hesitating a bit, but he did a good job there. Ooh. Yeah, he has the LMH brakes, so I cannot really outperform him in the braking zone. Oi! Yeah, okay, it's alright. Overtake plus 1000, overtake and minus 1000. Not flat out in dirty air. I does feel like the AI are struggling a little bit with the GTEs. Losing more time than necessary. Yeah, F1 Nastico, that's cockpit view, but I put the camera position maximum forward. Well, thank you. He got stuck. So if I was racing against people, I would wait for this and then I would accelerate on the left side and make the position. And the GT cooperated. He has no straight line performance. Back into P3. We are 14 seconds behind the top 2, that's insane. Yeah, but the AI likes the Lambo. It's a little bit unstable. Lambo over high-speed bumps anyway, but it's drivable. Hi Ducat. Hi Liminal Dots, welcome. Welcome to my first co-op race. Now I'm thinking, we have done Spa with ×2 wear and ×2 fuel usage already. It was a weekly event last week. And the strategy was basically to double stint hard, but I think the track temp was a bit higher. we will be boxing this lap. And I don't think... should I change... I should change tires, to be honest. LMP2s are good in corners. Difficult to battle against them with the hypercar. Here comes Buemi. Oh, the Lambo boxed already. So we are into P2. Actually perfect time to box, to avoid losing time in the traffic here. Just need to stay behind the LMP. I'm not sure about the strategy. Rear left 69%. I will try. Oh, bonk. How? Do I get penalty for this? I couldn't make the pit entry because Buemi bonked me. Ah, yes. So, now we could either click driver swap or start driving. Interesting. Do we have some repair? Nope. Aero, we are not changing the wing. This is fine. Tires are... Good question. Yeah, in RF2, I mean, in RF2 it's a track cut, whatever. Like, even if you're going clean into the pit entry, you will get a track cut. There is like a bug. Yeah, so... I see the tires, but... So if I click a tire, can I go back to the old tire? Let's say I click this. Ah, yeah, I can go back to here. That's +4. And that's +12. I kind of want to keep this. A copy Colin. What's left's only? Is there a button to click that? Ah, you mean like that? Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's gonna be always 1 or 2 tires 4.5 seconds, and 3 or 4 tires plus 12 seconds. Is that worth it? Surely it's worth it, right? But it's gonna feel weird. Yeah, because like 4.5, it's easy because then you lose time by running around the car to change the other tire, right? If you're a mechanic. So that's kind of realistic. What's in stint review? What should I watch for here? Current score. If I get 22,000 per stint, it's gonna be 8 stint. Top score is like 260-ish. Gonna be difficult to beat that. I would expect. Yeah. Well, James, I don't know how exactly it works in real life. If the mechanics, I mean, mechanics cannot wait. They have to wait on. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, the right side would be plus 4.5 seconds, but the other side would require running around the car. And I can send a message. Hi, Mithi. Enter. Oh, nice. What do I think of special event when I do co-op with 2 viewers? That's a nice one. Yeah, I'm gonna be having I think 1,000 subs threshold, or like anniversary, or what's it called, very soon. So I'm thinking of something about that. Although I kind of wanted to have like a race where everybody could join, but some racing with co-op would be quite nice. I will think of it, but it's a nice idea. Yeah, like the stream, please. I'm gonna start driving after a quick sip. I really don't know what to do with the tires. 4.5 seconds could be easy to gain, but it's gonna be very, very weird and very difficult to drive. I will just, so back to pit. I will just keep the old tires and try to survive on that. And we start driving. And then we wait for the actual pit stop. Okay. Nice. Yeah, it's not private server, it's not swap, but that's gonna come eventually. Yeah, I wish sometimes that Studio 397 was a lot bigger, or that they would have, like, I don't know, 20 million euros saved from all the success of RF2 and so on, but they don't, unluckily. And we are going. Almost unsafe release. Oh, collecting the overtakes. Nice. Should I get points for overtaking the pit lane? I mean, kind of makes sense sometimes, if it's a faster pit stop. Oh, here we go. Stuck behind a GTE through Radilon. Oh, yeah, okay. Bumpy. For the next pit stop, I think I take new medium or new hard even. I don't know what kind of strategy the cars around me are doing. I think everybody changed tires, apart from me. So let's see if they catch up with me. Well, I mean, Ducat, I'm gonna be struggling anyway when this rear left wears down. Ah, 7 points of collision. I wonder how that collision is calculated. Probably just like the force of the contact. Or like peak lat G or something. From the bonk. Or like total G force from the bonk. bit wide, but take all the road camber. Ah, so that's Conway, Toyota in P2. He lost a lot of time in traffic. Actually, no, he changed tires, so he's super slow now because of cold tires. So that's why I caught up with him. But now he's gonna start driving away from me like crazy. I have, well, 11 seconds to Bamber in P4. He's gonna need to gain quite a lot of lap time. Well, yeah, it's gonna need to be more than 1 second faster to catch me. I keep forgetting that the car is tricky into Pujon. Oh, that's gonna be a cut. Minus 25 points. Where is my FFB? Okay. Oh yeah, I clicked something on the secondary monitor. And the FFB was dead. Why is that going on? Like, I try to do very safe line without touching the curbs at all, and the more I go around the curb, the more it bumps me. I think I just need to straight line the curb at the top of the hill. Yeah, that's more Lambo experience. It's gonna kill you over bumps. Whew. So in the weekly race last week, it was a quadruple stint race, but we were fuel saving a bit, so we were going 12 laps. And the strategy was either single stint mediums or double stint hards. And double stint in hards was actually marginally faster, I think. But the first few laps were horrendous. Because come on, brakes. Because the hards just take so much time to hit up. So I'm thinking, well, now we are doing 11 lap stints. And the temperatures are slightly lower, so it makes sense that double medium could be faster. That's a lot more stable. I don't know. The grip is for sure a lot lower now. The fronts are not biting as much as they were before. Well, Sarah, probably not today. I mean, I try to rotate the cars a little bit. I've driven Alpine, I've driven the Isota hypercar, I've driven Porsche GT yesterday. And then I thought, well, the Lambo and the LMP2 have updates as well, so I tried those. But I didn't want to take something completely new for this co-op, because it's my first go at it. FFP settings in SimuCube. Yes, Gabriel, I can share it after this. Although there is really nothing special, like I have 75% overall strength. I have the SimuCube reconstruction filter on 2, but I have the old TrueDrive. I didn't update because there were some issues with the new TrueDrive software. So on the old one I have 2. I think on the new one you need around 5 or 6. But that reconstruction filter. And then I have 5 damping, 2 friction, and then 0, 0, 0. And no slew rate limit. And 20% or max low latency, or I think that last setting. But I can show after the stream if you remind me, or like after the race at the end of the stream. All this 103% difficulty has put me in the middle of nowhere. Quite interesting, like top 2 are crazy fast. Bottom 20 has no pace at all. Although probably it will be a nice battle with Bamber. Where is Buemi? Are they swapping the drivers? No way. Maybe Buemi crashed out or something. Giacomo, unfortunately, I've never in my life got the chance to experience VR, so I can not comment on it. But I think it's, as far as I see the messages in the Discord and so on, it's kind of usable and drivable. Like you can use VR, but there might be some inconveniences along the way still before the final release. But I mean, if you're the type of user to open the game with that extra like launch line like that plus VR, if you do that with the text to add, then normally those type of users are happy to experience some beta issues. VR is much improved, alright. Yeah, I've not really followed the progress before. I just knew there was some aftermarket way to make it work. It's a late dive. Thank you, Raider. If I didn't have the Raider, I would be crashed into my left side now. But I saw the car coming from an angle. be honest, the pace is not great. I mean, I had some traffic, so that's alright, but now Bamber is already only 5 seconds behind. I hope he gets slowed down by this traffic a lot. AI do driver swap now. Ah, Devin, it's been quite an alright of experience. They seem to lose more time in the traffic compared to myself, but they seem to have less tire wear. Like, I'm struggling with thermal deck and so on, but I think they have some simplified physics, right? So they don't really lose as much grip. And they're just full push soft. Although again, I'm in the middle of nowhere at the moment. Top 2 are just crazy pace. And I'm double stinting medium. And then the single stinting soft runners behind me are gonna eat me alive in 3 or 4 laps. Hi Simon. Right, Devin, so it's still like it was in RF2, just like one overall grip drop off curve, but no wear, no real wear, and nice dive bomb by the GTE behind. No real wear and no thermal deck, but just like one drop off curve. Makes sense then that the temperatures are not affecting them. That's a bit of a shame. Well, Simon, can I explain the co-op? It's basically offline racing against AI, but the system in-game allows you to join a race with 1 or 2 teammates. And then you drive qualifying in one part of the race, and then you box and you click swap drivers, and exit the game and go to bed. And your teammate, or one of your 2 teammates, can in the next couple of days load up the game, take over the car from you, and finish the race. And along the way, like, it's all racing offline against AI, but along the way you're scoring points for consistency, for speed, for AI difficulty, for overtaking, for cleanliness, and in the end you have the total score, which goes on the online leaderboard. Which is kind of neat and a good challenge. Yeah, co-op is targeted at the more of offline racing audiences, I think. Although again, I said before, F1 esports series had qualifiers which included like being put in some situation during the race and then needing to race against AI to make the best out of it. And nobody complained about it, I think. Devin, that's alright. That's why Buemi tried to kill me every corner in the first laps. That's nice. Rear lockup, interesting. I guess that's LMDH thing. Rear axle locks up when it's regenerating, and then the downforce drops, and suddenly the front axle locks up, and it's impossible to balance it. But yeah, I think LMU AI are like exceptional It's surely not easy to code good AI. I can see the bumper Cadillac in my mirror. Jure, sooner or later, there will be leagues, there will be organized racing, it's gonna be nice. Simon, yes, I'm doing co-op race now. Together with Michi Hoyer. Well, he will do his part tomorrow, I think. He will stream it as well. Yeah, about the aggression, I don't know, like, is it possible to set it? For co-op, I just saw the, like, AI strength slider. But yeah, their behavior at race start was insane, like the way they went for turn 1 and gained positions. And then that Alpine overshooting the Lecombe braking zone in lap 1 and crashing into my side. And spinning, but I survived. So not sure if those mistakes are also hard-coded. Is that still like base code from F1 Challenge? I remember having like driver per driver stats there, like 20 years ago. Like strength and aggression. So one more lap, the Cadillac is on my rear. So I guess it's kind of same fast to go double stint versus single stint. But the tires are alright. I'm scared of that radial curb every lap. Well, I hope that with Michi we can be like top 3 or something. I saw some weird numbers in the leaderboard, as if there were some exploits. About damage off, Devin has to answer for that. Devin, so it's like a project car with a lot of rust, and then when you're done with it there is basically nothing remaining of the initial car. So, box. And Bamber is right on my rear. Interesting. Session saved. One more double stint to go. I think mediums are nice. So I think I just keep doing mediums. So race time is 2 hours 13. And I'm gonna lose... Wait, I've done one pit stop. Let's say I take 20 seconds of this pit stop and I will make it 2 hours. So wait, I went 45 minutes to 2 hours 15. So I have been driving now 46 minutes and 5 seconds. Which means that 2 double stints will get me past the 1 hour and a half, which is halfway mark of the race. And then Michi will tomorrow or in 2 days of time be able to do the same strategy till the end, double stinting the mediums, if he decides so. And he will maybe even have 1 lap spare in the end, depending on how things go. And even the conditions go colder in the end. So less bad for the thermal deck. So okay, this is now medium, fresh mediums, I suppose. And refuel, is there any repair? There is none. Fuel is alright. So we click start driving again. Need a little bit of glucose. Conway is staying out. He has insane pace. Who mentioned F1C? Well, I grew up on F1C. I keep forgetting about the battery. It was marginal. If battery is 0 when you box, you are dead in LMDH car. Because it can only restart or like accelerate out of the box on battery. And if battery is 0, you are DNF. So I need to think a bit better of that, although I had it at 40 all the time, or what? I'm gonna recharge the battery a little bit. Quite some people, well, not people, quite some AI going a lot longer, but I don't see a point in that. They are just shortening their last stint, but they are wasting a lot of lap time now. But who am I? They are AI, they know everything. It wouldn't be that difficult to save for extra lap, to be honest. Copy diving. Yeah, I read in the changelog that there has been like soft decrease in the battery. So I guess that's quite realistic. That's nice. Bit deep in the brakes. The bumper is not eating me alive yet. Michi will drive, I think, tomorrow potentially, or some other day. Actually, did he say on weekend? I'm not fully sure. So this leaderboard for this event in co-op menu works until Tuesday, I think. So he has time until Tuesday to finish the race after I end it. Wait, how is Cairoli in P1 now? Is he double stinting soft? If he's double stinting soft, that's... I would consider it a bug, because it's not possible to double stint softs. At least not on max pace. Would need to go quite slower, and then you would lose a lot of lap time. So I have two caddies behind me. Is Stevens teammate of Buemi? Has to be, right? Ah, copy, Devin. It's a bit deep on the brakes. I will just about make the corner. The modding scene is still so alive there, or what? That's insane to hear. Yeah, kind of. I mean, I was never really a modder, but I kind of knew how to kind of click a little bit. I had 3D CMed. I did some track edits, like very small ones. And I knew how to kind of copy-paste some picture to have a different livery or different helmet, but I never really was able to design something. But I knew how the system worked in F1 Challenge. It was a nice learning experience. But I think I left that, when was it? 2009-ish, 2010? When I got dragged into R Factor 1. Yes, Simon, that's correct. Well, Devin, I got it, I think, in 2006, 2007, I think in 2006. And then in 2007 I got my first steering wheel at the end of elementary school. And then I decided that it was boring, and I checked the online tab and joined some A1 ring that's now renamed into Red Bull Ring server, which was like a public lobby. And there were some people driving 3 seconds faster than me. And I was unhappy to see them that fast. I still remember asking the guy. Actually, I remember the name, it was Aditya Menon. And I asked him, how are you so fast? And he said because of a good setup and sent me racesimulations.com forum link, and I registered and downloaded setups, and then I found mods and stuff. And then I found people who, that LMP2 almost pushed me into the grass. Then I found people who got me into RF1 and into Formula Sim Racing WC, and then everything else happened. So yeah, without F1 Challenge I would not be here most likely. Yeah, we were like so happy to have F1 Challenge, like we were so accustomed to it that we were like, well, RF1 is nicer, but for F1 cars it's not really that great, it feels too soft and too squishy, I don't know. Okay. That move works against AI, I suppose. The last time I did that move in a league race, I ended up fully sideways through Eau Rouge. Actually, I didn't start with F1 Challenge, I started with F1 2000. But the game was broken, we could not install it. I mean, we could install it, but it had like 10% chance of successful track loading. Like it was official CD and everything. The EA Sports F1 2000. I only managed to load Indianapolis one time. But then we needed to leave home, so I was like, well, took me two weeks to load the track, and I just do one more lap. So well, that's not really, it doesn't really count as a sim racing experience, right? But then luckily I got F1 Challenge, which worked, so that's nice. Yeah, about Villeneuve, I remember that. I mean, I was still driving with cooperation with Vanval at Burst Esport when we saw Villeneuve getting destroyed. League racing in F1 Challenge. That's insane. But I assume it's well, new people are not really coming in, right? It's more like people really enjoying the game for what it is and just trying to playing it and having fun as long as there is community. Oh, Devin, that's quite some stat, right? No grip around the outside, just need to wait here. I dropped the guys behind a little bit. Bamber got overtaken. That field spread is insane. Is it like that in real life as well? I mean, I only really watch the highlights of WEC. But BMW in P8 already 50 seconds behind. Oh yes, Ducat, especially Tom Dillman. If outperforming a car is a thing, he did that. Is a TDF mismatch when entering a server still a thing in F1 Challenge nowadays? Well, it sounds really intriguing to me that there are actual newcomers. Like when you want to join sim racing, like I just don't imagine people finding 20 years old game and saying, well, I want to do this. Although, I mean, if you're looking for a free sim racing game, it's a solid option for like a beginner who doesn't really look for a big depth of simulation, but just for a nice simulated experience and community and some modding. Well, Devin, if you mean the TDF mismatch, I think in any league that I drove there was always a TDF mismatch, unless only the stock content was used. Well, I surely do hope that Dillman takes some time and does some online races now and then as well. It's a shame that all the real-life drivers just tend to do iRacing, even though they complain about tire model and so on, because it's, well, very bad. But it's just the most known and has by far the most drivers, so... Where is any car? There is no traffic, there is nobody behind me, there is nobody ahead of me. I mean, alright, two Cadillacs 2.5 seconds behind. But they don't have the pace to catch me. And P1 and P2 are still consistently 1 second faster. I can't believe it. Is that how it should be, or what? I mean, I would understand 3 tenths, but 1 second? If you discount me and just compare the AI, how can P1 and P2 be a second faster than P3? If it was only the Lambo, I would say, well, the Lambo is OP, but it's one Lambo and one Toyota. Imagine downloading a free game, joining a community, and then cheating in league events. I understand that in like Codemasters F1 or like in new games, but in old games for like appreciators of old stuff, it's weird to hear that. Yeah, F1 Challenge, that was an insane game. Like it had built-in telemetry. You could just analyze data like in Motec, but like in-game. Not that I ever knew what I'm looking at there, but it was nice to look at it. And, yeah, there were things, right, like in the files that imply that if the game has been given maybe half a year more of development, it would have like much more detailed simulation in some aspects. And the rain and the drying lane 21 years ago. And it was well simulated. Although it was not drying where cars were driving, right? It was F1 Challenge is just drying where it's prescripted in the AIW or something like that. Anyway. Back to the present, one lap to go of this stint. We have a Peter. The Lambo keeps making one lap shorter stints. I had a small stutter right where the rear went off. That was not feeling nice. Oof. I'm about to get nice muscle memory from that radial-on correction. Well, from all the corrections that I have done today. GP3? Yeah, I remember racing F1 Challenge and then watching GP3 and GP4 videos and seeing some crazy things being implemented, but the actual onboards were looking really poor, like unrealistic, but maybe it was just the perspective from the replay. Anyway, one last pit stop for me. We will double stint this tire as well. Rear left is in a marginally better situation than after the first stint of the race. Battery is alright. There's some debris on the pit entry there. Okay. It's scary how the sound stops for a moment when it says game saved. It kind of feels like the game crashed, but then it says game saved and then you know that you're safe. So yeah, no tire change. And yeah, actually same wear as after the first stint. Fuel, aero, repair, everything as it was. Anything new in stint review? Not really. The fastest lap has disappeared. I mean, anyway. Oh, tires used. That's fine because I'm gonna use 4 more now, and then Michi has. So I'll be on 12, and then Michi will have 14 more. No, I will be on 8. Yeah, because I'm double stinting these. So can you actually do? I would be on 16. Yeah, you are kind of forced to have one double stint on one tire because you have 8 stints, and 8 times 4 is 32. So yeah, that's interesting. That's gonna be fun when these tire limitations are gonna be used for league races. Well, start driving. The game was Peak Simcade. Yeah, I guess I imagine. I mean, that's so long, so long ago that I can barely remember the videos. Reuse on scrap tires. Wow. Okay. I'm too fast. Well, you mean too fast so that the fastest lap went to 0. Yeah, this is the last stint. And yeah, if there is no new tires, you either keep the ones or spend 12 seconds to put older set tires on the car. Which is not ideal, right? So what is the situation? We have Jaminet on on old soft. That's gonna be interesting now to see how the old soft on the AI cars behave in the second stint when they are right behind me. That's still the Cadillac, right? No, Jamine is Porsche? I need to fix those logos, really. I don't know all the names of the drivers. I wonder what the logic that AI takes, whether to double stint a tire or not. Yeah, Ducat indeed. And then, like, you cannot just utterly destroy the tire by over pushing. You need to keep it in mind. Or you can use, like, if it's a team race, you have maybe 2 or 3 drivers, and you know that one driver is maybe a bit slower. Ah, Jamine boxed now. I was wondering when that Porsche came from. So yeah, if you have maybe one slower driver, he can do maybe the double, because he's not destroying the tires as much or something. And then you can use more tires for the guy who is faster and kills the tires more, or something like that. You can have strategies. Hardplay is doing 2 laps extra. Scary. Wets don't count as tires used. Interesting. Is that in real life rule as well? I mean, I guess it is. Well, it's about safety, right? So you cannot force people to have like 5 sets of wets and then they degrade them all and then it starts raining and then you cannot bid for new wets. But you're forced to stay out and aquaplane into a wall. So Hartley boxed. And Conway is again on new tires. Wait, why is he still... He's not faster than me or what? It was like this in the previous, like 2 stints ago as well. He's single stinting, but he always emerges like 2 seconds ahead of me. So supposedly his pace is overall not quicker than my pace. Yeah, Dalibor, exactly. I went off a little bit there, but it doesn't matter because I would be stuck behind these GTs anyway. So switch the line, not to get Villeneuve into the wall there. The thing with streaming co-op is that you don't see the final result in the end. Can I dive here? Oh yes. It's just a computer. And it's well programmed not to destroy me. I mean, to be perfectly honest, racing against AI is in some way even like more like better, more pleasing or like more clean than racing against people. Well, obviously in more other aspects it's a lot more boring and bland. But you will not have AI retaliating against you. You can always be sure that you will have a good race if you set the correct AI difficulty, if you know which one corresponds to your pace, and you know that you will always have kind of a challenging race. But if you go online, you never really know what to expect. But then again, not knowing what to expect is part of the fun. But I think even for AI, it's better to double stint the softs. I'm looking now at the gap to Bamber, who is single stinting, and he's further and further away. I mean, now he's closing in on me, but will not be on my rear wing when we box eventually in 6 laps and a half. Lock up. Doing this, then he will be on my rear wing. Another Alpine spinner. What happened there? That was a lapped car. Where did he came from? Who programmed the poor Alpine AI drivers? Leave me the space. Thank you. In any real like in any race against people, the GTE would most likely turn in on the hypercar, and it would be a full hypercar fault. Oh no. Oh yes. Oh no, oh yes. Well, I tried. No cut. There is extra tarmac on the left. I thought, well, I could try. And then, well, the AI just cooperates, you know. And then the Lambo suspension doesn't cooperate at the top of the hill. Good AI indeed. Actually, that makes me think it's kind of a bit of a problem for people who race against AI and learn a set of rules of how to race, or like what to expect from AI or from multi-class racing, and then they go online and crash because real life players are not cooperating or not as cooperative as the AI is. Well, Devin, today the Alpine crashed into me 2 times. Well, actually 1 time, and the other time, well, both times the Alpine spun. At 1 time it crashed into me. But that's fair enough. I mean, it all felt realistic. It all felt like a mistake that a real-life WEC driver could do and would do in the first lap, on cold tires and cold brakes. struggling a little bit with the balance now. The more that the tires are worn, the more it's starting to feel like Isota Fraschini hypercar that I've driven yesterday. Kind of oversteery and understeery at the same time. Yeah, Ferrari 2014, yeah, kind of like that, I mean. Like you turn in and the rear kind of starts sliding, but at some point you just have no more rotation, then you turn in to get some more grip, and then the front dies, and then the rear dies again. Just need to underdrive. If you like under-rotate the steering wheel, then you will get kind of nice balance. But as soon as you start demanding full grip from the tire, it's gonna complain on the front and on the rear. Also, Conway is now 2 seconds per lap faster. I mean, I guess then the old tires are like 1 second slower. And the P1 and P2 here are further 1 second faster than me, so it makes sense. Might keep stuttering a little bit. There is some small issue with the game after the update. We have this stuttering. The LMDH brakes are so tricky. I mean, I would assume that if you put AI to max aggression, it should crash, right? Or you could just make the aggression go to like 300% and note down that like above certain threshold AI will start crashing and doing bigger mistakes. I looked at the secondary monitor for 1/10 too long. But I mean, the cars behind are just dropping out of the race. Well, out of the race for the podium. The cars ahead are driving away. So that's really funny. I thought at 103% I would be having like a huge fight over P7 or something like that. But I really didn't expect top 2 to be, I don't know, some not hypercar but like ultra car class, and the people behind to be just too slow. I mean, first stint it was really challenging when I was trying to get close to the Cadillac to make an overtake, and then Buemi was dive bombing me. But after that, it calmed down quite quickly. Anyway, that's 2 more laps. And then I'm done, and then it's up to Michi to finish the race. And then let's see who has more points scored. Although it's not really a driver versus driver competition, right? It depends on who does more laps. I did quali and I'm already now going beyond the halfway mark of the race, so I will just naturally get more points than Michi even if he drives better. So it's just about the overall points. Even though we can see both or the points of all three drivers if teams sign up with free for co-op. Well, Devin, yes, but you know there is competition in everything. I just wonder, does it really make any sense to show the separate points of each driver in the leaderboard? Because it doesn't really tell anything. Well, it actually tells. If you look deep into it, it could tell who is using more sets of tires, or maybe one driver has... I mean, yeah, you cannot really... Like, one driver can have crazy consistency and crazy good like safety and so on, but has slow lap times, but could get same points. So yeah, you don't really read, you're not really able to read anything out of a single driver's score, I think. One last big wobble over a really long curb. One more last stutter. It's always around Stavolo, I think. Well, it was once in Oruge as well. It's hard to say where the stutters are. Probably it's just completely random around the track. Let's not stall the engine for Michi. I mean, stall the engine, let's not leave him too little battery. So, box and... now what? I guess I go to stint review. I type my message to Michi here and I can say double M works well. 30 kilowatt is good. Something like that. It still doesn't show the fastest lap. And what is this? This stint equals 0. Live timing. What is Brandon Hartley doing? He has crazy pace but is far behind. Is there some... That's stupid to have a gap and then plus 1 lap. What is this? That's a bug. Should be like plus some seconds and then one car could be like plus 1 lap and then like plus some seconds compared to that car. But not like plus 1 lap, that's useless. Anyway, so to finish your part of co-op, what you do is, I guess I will put new mediums for Michi, and then I click driver swap. And I select next driver. And beep beep beep. That's a Motec log being created. And now I am in the menu. No, we can see some gaps here. So plus 21. So that's us, right? Yeah, that's us. That's the other Lambo who has already boxed. Alright, well. Total drive time 0 hours, 0 minutes. Current score 6-7. And then you can go with options. Leave no, I don't want to leave. What is that? Ah. So it's the same. That's one button. Options with 3 dots. Interesting. And the third dot is cut off. Anyway, leaderboard, hypercar, and then we have a team with big points. Like, how do you get there? I don't know. Where am I? Wait, how much? What? I have 67,000. So I would be below that. But okay. That's counterintuitive. It just looks like as if there was only one page. So I am P26. So these guys have already finished the race, I suppose. That's not that correct, like started and finished. It shouldn't be finished if you haven't finished the race yet. It feels like it's not really promoting the higher AI difficulty. It feels like it's the best if you find a difficulty where you can just about beat the AI and stay in P1, get pole and stay in P1 every lap with AI very close behind you. That's my impression now. Anyway, I guess this scene is preferable. Yeah. Hey, that were we. Wait, which team was you? I wasn't really paying attention to the names. One above me. I see. Yeah, I just read Benito Luis and then I didn't read longer. Well, have fun with it. You're very close to Stream Dream Team. It would be super cool to see like a row with AI difficulty added together with this. But I hope that in the end then if there is like a race finishing bonus that gets scaled massively for each percent of the AI difficulty. They will adapt reward points with difficulty. Okay. Well, alright. Anything else to add? Oh, I need to check the results of the race that I've never... Oh, I lost a lot of rating there. So this was the Circuit of the Americas, where I got P2 in qualifying. And then I started the race, and then the game closed down. Yeah, Nicholas was P1. Where am I? I'm not even on the leaderboard. Like, didn't count as if I didn't even start the race, or what? Finished 26th. There is no 26th. Ay, ay, ay. 27.6 by a game crash. Unlucky. At least I qualified in the top half of the results. Pain. It should be that if you submit a bug splat report, or if you do that procedure, then it removes the negative rating, or it should be something like that. But this is tough. It says I finished the race, but in the bottom half of the result. Nico, yeah, that's tough. Back to S2. I went to S3 after like 3 bigger crashes of the game. Well, I'm still close to gold, right? Like 25%-ish. It doesn't really matter anyway. But now I have 5 DNFs. Alright, well, that's gonna be it for this stream. All this co-op thing was a bit different than normally, but in the end it's still racing. It just hits a bit different to race against AI compared to racing against real drivers. I hope you guys enjoyed it a little bit. You don't need a tag to know that Jerny is the goldest of elimination. I don't know who is the goldest. It's a fierce competition for the goldestness of the Gold 2 rating. But well, Michi got DNF'd 3 times into Gold 1. David is Gold 2 still. Anyway, thank you guys for all the chat, for all the likes, and the new subs and so on. I will stream something completely different on Saturday. It's gonna be Dundrod, if you know that track. So Dundrod is... Oh, FAB, yes. FAB, how can I show that? I will open it here. No, that's not, that's it. But now it's showing only the... Wait. Where are you? I think I need to do this. Then profiles and offline and RF2 and edit. I think it's readable, right? Like this. So I will be racing 9054 Ferrari 375 Plus around Dundrod. It's absolutely insane. Like very fast, very nice track. It's a race with HRSC community, and it's gonna be a nice one. A Ferrari versus Jaguar. Devin, are you racing there this time? If you're still here. It's gonna be quite a crazy one. Yeah, okay, I see. Yeah, you still need to learn the track. I did like 15 laps. It's gonna be a long race. 3 hours, I think. You'll see on track if I make it. Okay, well, I hope you make it to the race. Am I running the control panel? That is causing crash. What is control panel? But I will do LMU on Sunday most likely. I want to do this weekly event. Where are you? Online weekly races. I will do this one on a Sunday evening, most likely. There is some rain. That's gonna be fun. I hope the race start is like soaked wet real road, which then dries up. Good fun. I don't know which hypercar I'm gonna take yet. Need to decide on that. UI that lets you see sectors and run tower. No, I just use tiny pedal overlay. Like this thing. I don't use anything else. I mean, you guys have my trace if you need it from that crash. If you have some spare time, you can remove that minus 27 rating that I have got. No, it's alright. But yeah, well, Dundrod RF2 race. It's gonna be crazy on Saturday, and then some more LMU on Sunday. Hello, Krix. You are in Slovenia. Oh, yeah, because you have to import it. Yeah, I don't know. I got like some gloves for gift. Actually, this shirt. I got it like from the UK, and I had to pay like it was free. Like I didn't buy it because it's like team wear, and I had to buy. I have to pay like 20 euros for it, just for the duties, like 15 or 20. So I don't know about the whole steering wheel or whole servo. I mean, if you buy it. I don't know where it's coming from. If you buy it from China, I don't know where Moza is actually selling from. But yeah, I don't know about that. Cannot help. A local dealer, I would have to check. It would. I mean, surely there is some dealership in Europe, right? You can just, like, you don't have to buy from China or from UK. You can surely find it in Germany or in Italy. Surely they sell it there, so then you don't pay any customs because it's inside EU. Anyway, I'm closing down. Thank you guys so much again. See you next time. Have a nice evening or a nice day or, well, a good night. Bye bye.